In the world of coin collecting, there are certain coins that carry not only historical significance but also cultural value, and one such remarkable piece is the South Africa 3p coin of 1937, issued during the reign of King George VI. This coin, although small in size, holds a large story. Today, we are going to dive deep into its fascinating history, its design, its connection to South Africa's past, and why collectors today are still captivated by this little silver coin. Let's begin with the background. The year 1937 marked the coronation of King George VI, who was the father of the late Queen Elizabeth II. After the abdication of his brother, King Edward VIII, George VI became the unexpected monarch of the British Empire. His portrait appeared on coins not just in the United Kingdom, but across many countries under British influence, including South Africa. The coins of this period carry the inscription, GEORGIVS REX IMPERATOR, which translates to George, King and Emperor, symbolizing his role not only as King of Great Britain but also as Emperor of the vast British Empire. Now, let's focus on the coin itself. The South African 3p coin of 1937 is a small silver coin, but it was widely used in everyday transactions. The coin was minted in .800 silver, meaning it contained 80% silver and 20% copper. This composition gave it both durability for circulation and intrinsic value due to its silver content. The coin weighed approximately 1.41 grams and had a diameter of around 16 millimeters, making it a very tiny piece of money, yet with strong purchasing power at the time. On the obverse side of the coin, you will see the crowned portrait of King George VI facing left. Around the portrait is the inscription, GEORGIVS REX IMPERATOR, a proud reminder of Britain's dominance in world affairs at the time. This portrait became one of the most recognizable faces on coins worldwide during the late 1930s and 1940s. The reverse side of the coin carries one of South Africa's most iconic designs. The design features a proteus flower, also known as the king protea, which is the national flower of South Africa. Surrounding the flower are the words, South Africa, Suid-Afrika, written in both English and Afrikaans, symbolizing the bilingual nature of the country. The date 1937 is split on either side of the flower, and below it is the denomination, 3D, which stands for 3p. This elegant combination of design and language reflects both the cultural identity of South Africa and the political ties to Britain, but the story of this coin does not end with its design. The 1937 3p coin carries historical importance because it was one of the first South African coins to feature King George VI after his coronation. Collectors view it as the beginning of a new era in South African coinage. It marked a transition from the reign of George V, whose death in 1936 closed a long chapter of British history, to George VI, whose rule would see the challenges of World War II. When it comes to mintage, the 1937 3p coin was produced in relatively high numbers compared to rare proof coins, but because of its silver content, many were melted down over the years. This makes surviving examples more valuable today. Well-preserved coins with sharp details, little wear, and original silver luster are highly sought after by collectors across the world. So, what about its value? The value of the 1937 South Africa 3p coin depends on its condition. A circulated coin with heavy wear may only fetch a modest amount, perhaps just a few dollars above its silver value. However, a coin in excellent condition, especially those graded by professional services, can be worth significantly more. In fact, some mint state examples can reach values of hundreds of dollars depending on rarity, demand, and silver prices. For collectors specializing in South African coinage or coins of King George VI, this coin is often considered an essential piece, but beyond monetary value, what makes this coin special is its cultural significance. This was a coin that ordinary South Africans used daily in the 1930s, during a time when the country was still under the British Crown. It was used in small purchases, perhaps for a loaf of bread, a newspaper, or other simple goods. Each of these coins passed through countless hands, connecting the lives of ordinary people to the global events of the time. To hold one today is to hold a piece of history, a reminder of the world before World War II, before the independence movements, before the major shifts of the mid-20th century. The phrase, GEORGIVS REX IMPERATOR, itself carries deep symbolism. It highlights the reality of an empire at its peak, stretching across continents. Coins like this one not only served as money but also as instruments of identity and power. They reminded everyone who used them of their connection to the king and the empire. In South Africa, this dual identity was especially strong, the English and Afrikaans inscriptions showing the country's divided but shared heritage under colonial rule. For modern collectors, the charm of the 1937 3-pence coin lies in its blend of beauty, history, and rarity. It is a coin small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, yet powerful enough to tell a global story. Collectors often treasure these coins in albums or protective cases, ensuring they remain preserved for future generations. Some even see them as miniature works of art, with their detailed engraving and fine silver finish. If you are thinking about collecting this coin, there are a few things to keep in mind. Always check the condition, look for wear on the king's portrait, check the details of the protea flower, and see if the coin still carries its natural shine. Also, beware of cleaning coins, as this can reduce their value. Collectors prefer original, untouched pieces with natural toning. Finally, try to source coins from reputable dealers or auctions to ensure authenticity. In conclusion, the 1937 South Africa 3-pence coin of King George VI is far more than just a piece of silver. It is a coin that captures a moment in history, the rise of a new king, the identity of a nation, and the everyday lives of people nearly a century ago. Its small size hides its great story, and that is why collectors and historians alike continue to value it today. Whether you are holding it for its silver, its history, or its beauty, this coin remains a treasure from South Africa's past.